San Diego Yacht Club Junior Invitational Regatta. We're out on the shoal. We have A, Bs, C1s, and C2s out here. The shoal is a very challenging environment, so we set our game plan to make sure we are changing modes with our steering. So if we're slow, we're pressing down slightly when we're sailing upwind. Get the leeward telltale to flicker, come back up from there. Pressing down will give us more power. It's very important when you have light wind and pretty strong current. The other one was the main sheet adjustments and body changing mode. So when it gets lighter, we're slight heel to leeward, main sheet slightly looser. As we accelerate, we're slowly trimming in. So we're changing modes on that. The other goal is looking upwind. The shoal is really streaky. I'm gonna look upwind right now, and there's the windward mark lined up with the duck boat there. And yeah, good wind there. Come over here, and it's glass. So you're underneath this crane and a few other things over here, and you have swirling current over here because it's only 4 feet deep right over here. Whereas out there, it's going to be 40 feet, 50 feet deep. So our game plan, and the pin is very favored. Pin end's favored by a lot. There's the national champ, 9446. He almost pulled it off. So, oh. Oh, A, Bs, and C1s are all together. That's what it was. Good thing I don't read the sailing instructions. I don't really need to know them because I'm not sailing. You guys need to know them. Max, Olson, nice job, dude. Great exit out of here. Chris Rose, right there. Yeah, so Chris did a great job. I didn't know it was A, Bs, and C1s. I thought it was just A's and Bs. Chris is pointed too high. See the luffing? There he goes. So right now he's slow. He should be pressing down a little bit like he is. Perfect. Max, pressed, moving. Excellent. Now port tack's good right now. Heading right is okay because there's plenty of wind here. I see no glass right out here. Great job. Chris Rose right there. Taylor's just awesome. Taylor's in a little bad air, but he did what I said we should do, which is get out into the deeper water. And he's actually doing quite well right now compared to these boats. See how these boats are pointing lower and have less wind? Chris Rose is still going right. Taylor's in a little bad air, but I like what he's doing because he's just staying up. And starboard looks difficult. Port tack looks a little easier. So Taylor came back pretty good. He was a little buried at the start. Oh boy, I'm not the best place. I don't think the current's going out any longer. Here's Celeste right here. First C2 regatta for her. And I like where she is. She's not at the favored end, but she's on the line. She should go ahead and trim and go. She's on the line. I like it. First C2 start for her. I like it. See, the blue boat wasn't over. In the future, she'll see the blue boat was a little further upwind of her, and she could have come up a little sooner. So just misread the line a tiny bit. I'd say margin of error was only like 2 feet right there. It's a tiny margin of error. Now what she should do is press and then try to find a way to tack. She could tack out of there now and might be able to weasel her way through in there somehow. Race 1, A fleet coming downwind, and C2's going upwind, looking a little more powered up than the A fleet did. See, those boats on the left are moving quite easily, a little more wind. So all these boats are on starboard, downwind, all these boats upwind or on port, so everybody is sailing very smart right now. Here comes Chris Rose around the windward mark in about 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So that's good for a C1 sailor, and here comes Max right behind him. Good. So Max is hanging in there. Celeste looks excellent right there. And She doesn't have very many choices right now. To tack, there's not more wind on the left. If she tacks now, she's going to have one of those boats next to her tack. So she's doing all right there. If she gets ahead or somewhere and some wind, she might take a tack out and go out left to get clear air, but she can't do that right now. So these guys look pretty similar, first and second. Their sails are luffing, so they're just sitting on each other. Here's Cole Tilson, that's just perfect. You guys see that? Main's out 95 degrees, top batten is open, and light air like this, his boom's trying to fall towards the bow. He should pull it in the puffs to 90 degrees and hold it. And then in the light spots, let it back out. Okay, here's Chris Rose over here looking good. Max looking good. Coming into the gates, we suspect that right buoy is further upwind because we think the wind shift is from that side. So just like we suspected, they're going to go to that one. And then you have to be ready. The next race, they're probably going to move this one up. So you got to figure that stuff out. Okay, he just parked it right there. So I think the current is actually already switched here. I think the current is actually going from our right to left. It's supposed to be going from our left to right now. But you can see that these guys aren't getting swept up into the buoy. That was a good rounding. There's Cole's sister Paige in fourth.
Most of them are going around it, which I think is just an incorrect perception of obligation on their part.
He's cheering on his friend. That's cool. Not a great rounding. I am drifting into the other gate buoy right now. So the current is not going out. There's the buoy right there. Oh, Maddie. Maddie just killed. She's one boat behind Max now.
You never know till you try.
Oh boy, it's actually good that she did that. She just caused a total log jam. Oh, too bad. Oh, hi Taylor. Here's my confident guy right here, gonna break away. First A-Fleet regatta of his life. Maddie had a hard rounding there because she got jibed and she held her boom against the wind for a second. When you do an auto jibe, you gotta let the boom swing across, even if you're right at the mark. If you hold the boom against the wind, it just stops the boat. That's okay, we're learning. This looks great, dude. He's gonna come out way better than he was. Maddie looking good. Now if we look back where Maddie was with, she was with Kevin. And those guys look like their sails are luffing, 9487. They look like they're struggling on port tack. So I actually think that this is paying right now. I don't know if I would attack there, but maybe she feels like she's crossing them, so she's going to go for it. We're looking for 10302. I think she's got him. 10231. No, he's still ahead of her, but that's who she rounded with. Little tight on the sail there. Okay, Taylor's going on a little bit of a prayer here. We got some seaweed in the water there. Here's Max right here, moving well. If any sort of righty comes in, which I don't think is going to happen, but they might. 9504 is not lifted. You see those guys up there? They're headed on port, so that's a good sign. Taylor should be pressing here a little. Unless the current's favorable here. It could be. First in A-Fleet going around, race one. Taylor has really done a good job over here. I'm not sure what's up with Maddie here. She was actually close to 10231. I'm wondering if she's got seaweed. She lost to Taylor and to that boat. Chris is heeling too much. Don't heel that much. It causes too much rudder drag because you're having to fight the rudder all the time. Max is going to round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Max has gained a boat. Oh, now Maddie's starting to look better, actually. I think she's okay. Now Celeste is looking really good, everything there. She tends to be on the loose side there on that full. You can see the main's really nice and full, but she is going good. It's hard to decide which way to go upwind, but speed for sure. Pressing when we're slow. Oh, she just got a little wind shift there. A little bit of a header. Okay, so while you're coming downwind like this, you're looking at the leaders and everybody's on port tack, so that's telling you something. You're almost laying the finish line from the right gate. Max did a good job. So Max went there, tacked there, and he's probably laying the committee boat. Now what Max would do now is Max would look at the race committee flag, the orange flag, and it is not a header, right? It's blowing more from the left a little bit. It's hard to see because it's not flapping as hard as it just was, but you read the flags on any boats around here to try to decide, is it a port tack close haul to be better or starboard tack close haul better? Oh, sea line right there. Tons of stuff going on. Good job, race. Good race, you guys. Kevin did a really good exit from the gates. Maddie looks really good. Kevin's pinching. Good comeback though. I mean, she probably was 9th out of 20 something, so good comeback. Only one mistake the whole race, and that was at the leeward mark when you did an auto jibe. You held your boom against the wind and it stopped you at the leeward mark. No problemo. Very happy. After 2 weeks in Florida, just showed up yesterday. Come out and go sailing. Good job, man. Less than a minute to go for race 2. ABC1 fleet. I think if Max gets out of the starting area, he's going to do really well. That was his first race in about 6 months in a Sabot. He's right there, 9299. So he did a good job of hanging in there and just coming back. Oh, he's going to pull this off, dude. He's got 2 cupcakes next to him. There's Fenton, 10019. Fenton should head up and slow down, which he did. Chris Rose is just huge C1 guts. There's Taylor, 9559. That's a foul by Cole Tilson right there. Look at that, 9446, just nailed it. Max nailed it. And then look at this, the line was much more square race 2 than... Do you see how 7630 is doing just fine? And look how steady he is. His sail's quite tight. And he's just steady, so it's not as pin favored this time. So Anton wins the start, Max gets a top 5 start, and he just is patient. The other difference is they move the windward mark to the left just a little. So anyway, A fleet, that was a big burly start. I did forget to tell Maddie that about the other mistake she made in race 1 was that she did not have one port tacker, her teammate, cross her in the first part of the race. Sometimes when you're on starboard, you don't want people lee bowing you, just like Kevin just had. He just had Asher lee bow him. Luckily, Kevin is just flying, but you don't want good people lee bowing them. Look at Comeback Kid out there, 9559. Just really push the pin again at the start, which is fine. This is his first A Fleet regatta. I'm really proud of him. He really works hard at it. And he tried it again, it didn't work. He had another bad start, but he's already back in the race. And I gotta think that Max has gotta be top 2 or 3 out there. Great, let's see.